That is not what I am talking about. When I say 3G, I mean the 3-generation structure of the Matching and Blessing Program Initiative. That's right, that's what I'm talking about, and that's what I mean by 3G. Yeah, so this is the answer to all your problems, and I feel very confident to say this. You know, the blessing is something that we are all aiming for. This is our primary purpose of creation, and I'm very sure that you guys know this, no doubt. But then why are we all having, or at least why are most of us having difficulty in receiving it, for crying out loud? You see, maybe it is as a result of some of the questions that some of you have been having that are unresolved. Maybe you guys don't feel really ready for it for different reasons best known to you. Maybe some of you have like misconceptions about the blessing and you've not really been able to have somebody answer those questions that you have about it. Or maybe it could even be that you yourself feel discouraged due to some not so good experiences that you have had about the blessing. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, there is no problem about this. Come on, there's no problem. That's what I'm trying to tell you with this video. You see, now is the time for things to change. Yes, people, change is finally here. So you see, this 3G structure program is well set in order to answer all your questions and prepare you properly for the blessing. What did I say? Prepare you
properly.
There you go. So in fact, the very first step that you need to take, are you people ready to hear what the first step is? The first step that you all need to take is to attend our every Friday educational and interactive sessions that will be very insightful in helping you answer all the questions that you may have and give you more assurance of the blessing's value. See guys, you see, I'm telling you something. This blessing and 3G matching blessing structure, this education that we are going to be having every Friday, is not your regular, those ABCD blessing education that we used to receive, in our local churches and all of that. No, guys, don't make mistake. It's not that kind of blessing program. I'm telling you that over here, you're going to learn a lot of new, insightful things, both on the spiritual level as well as on the practical level. Practical aspects that are related, to the blessing, as well as how to interact with the opposite sex, how to prepare yourself both internally and practically for the blessing. You guys are also going to have chances to interact with our resource persons, the people who will be giving you these insights about the blessing and be providing education for you. Plus, you see, this is a youth program, so we cannot just have it really dry and boring. There's going to be lots of entertainment and side catches to come your way. So guys, are you still standing there? Are you still standing there? Hurry up and register to be part of this youth education session that comes up every Friday. Much less, hurry up and register to be part of this 3G structural program for matching and blessing. You see, if you miss it, don't say I did not tell you. What did I say?
We should not say you didn't tell us.
You see, in Nigeria, in this type of situation, what do we say? We say, you are on your own. I rest my case. See you every Friday. I'll be watching. Now guys,
preview.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear brothers and sisters, family members, you are all welcome to this very first educational and interactive session for the youth with respect to our 3-generation structure, matching and blessing program. So you see, dear brothers and sisters, I'm sure you heard what that wonderful brother said at the beginning of the program. First of all, you're lucky to be here, first and foremost. Secondly, for those who are not there, like that brother said, you are on your very own if you are not here today, because you are going to miss a whole lot. So I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just trying to say that those of us who came here this evening or whatever time it is in your country, consider yourself very lucky. Consider yourself very privileged and consider yourself to be fortunate to be part of this program. I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you guys facts. Before we begin, it's always important for us to give honor to whom honor is due. I'd like to say a very wonderful greetings to our Chani One co-chair, Papa Camara, who's present with us today. I'd like to also say greetings to our dear regional president, as well as Samonim, who are also with us today. I would love to also offer my hearty greetings to all sub-regional directors, to all leaders and heads of providential organizations, to all dear national leaders, youth leaders inclusive, and our dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. You are highly welcome to this youth program, Youth Education and Interactive Program. And I am your humble host, Godson Juma Ogurie, all the way from Nigeria. If you're happy to be here, I want to hear you say, yay. Okay, not here, but I want to see you demonstrate something there. Because people are looking. Yeah, that's the story. That's the story. Yeah. Beautiful. 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 I love the excitement. I really love the excitement. But you see, there's one thing I don't know, should I say I don't like, or should I say I'm not really so happy about? You see, when we have all these programs on Zoom, maybe especially here in Africa, I don't know. You see, we come to these programs, we don't put on our videos. Come on, guys, what is that? How do you want to attend such a wonderful program like this? You didn't get ready, you didn't prepare your screen, you don't put on your video. Come on, we are better than that. No, let me see somebody challenge themselves this evening and put on their video. We want to see your beautiful faces. If we were all together in the same place, nobody's going to have something covered on their face. It's not possible. We will all see each other's face. We will all look at each other eyeball to eyeball. So why don't we switch on those cameras? Don't let the excuse of not being together in one physical location be a reason for us not to see your beautiful and handsome faces. So as you put on your videos, may Heavenly Parents and True Parents' blessings continue to be with you all. So we're going to begin with the program, but before we start properly, we need to have some ice-breaking activity. And for our ice-breaking activity today, we're going to have some quizzes. So this is quiz time. Tech team, please put on the screen. Let's go right to those quizzes just to help us, loosen up a bit so that we are not too tight. This is a youth program. We are supposed to be loose. We're supposed to be interactive. We're supposed to feel free. We are all a family here. We have our grandparents here, we have parents here, we have ourselves as children here. So let's loosen up, let's create that family atmosphere. Tech team, could you put on the screen, please? Let's go straight to those quizzes. Right, wonderful. So it's quiz time. Let us go to, okay, before we go to our first question, this is what we're going to do basically. So whatever comes up on your screen, you're going to have a set of 4 questions. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. And in each question, you're going to have 4 options. And among those 4 options, you have 1 option to be your correct answer, whereas the other 3 are wrong answers. Now, if you look at one question and you spot the right option, I would like everyone to, as quickly as possible, put their answers in the chat. I repeat myself, I would like you as quickly as possible to type in your answers in the chat. Let's see who's going to be the fastest person to respond to these questions. These questions are not supposed to be difficult, but maybe to some people they might be difficult. But nevertheless, it's always a good attempt to try and also learn through these kinds of activities. So I hope we're all ready to go. If we're ready, tech team, bring up the first question. Okay, this is a lovely, 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 interesting and wonderful question. And the question goes thus: what was the date of True Parents' holy wedding? What was the date of True Parents' holy wedding? A, first option, 6th January 1960. B, 12th January 1960. C, 11th of April 1960. And D, 15th April 1960. Okay, I see answers coming up on the chat. We'll have people who are very fast here. I see Godwin and Anjong have already told us it's C. Somebody there says it's A. Sune thinks the answer is A. I'm seeing C. Some people say A. Some people say C. Wow, so it's a tie. Some of us think it's A. Some of us think it's C. Inyon is very blunt. Inyon says it's 11th of January, whereas Yura didn't even want to put the option. She's just like, it's 6th, no brainer. I don't need to think twice. The answer is okay, this is new. Let us now have the correct answer. So everybody be on your seats and expect the answer to come up. Tech team, would you show us the answer? There you go. The C's have it. 11th April 1960. And we give the credit to Godwin and Anjong for being the first set of people to answer. Let us give them a round of applause for being the first to respond to the correct answer to this question. Great. Okay. So moving on, we're going to be going to the next question. So question number 2. Tech, let's go to question number 2, please. All right, so as you can see on your screen, number 2 says, which of the following is not included among the 5 steps to receive the blessing, especially for first generation? I will read that question again. Which of the following is not included among the 5 steps to receive the blessing, especially for first generation? First option A, indemnity stick ceremony. B, engagement ceremony. C, 3-day ceremony. And D, holy wine ceremony. And the answers are coming again. We'll have already, okay, who was the first here? Oh, Tewan, I see you. Long time no see. Tewan says the answer is B. Bless Anjong says it's B. And we have a lot of B. Everybody thinks the answer is B. B. Inyon is blunt again. She says engagement ceremony. I don't need to think twice about that. Okay, Inyon changed her mind. She says it's C. Okay, that's a good way to look at it. That's what you feel the answer is. Okay, so looks like we are not so divided on what the answer to this question could be. So right now, let's have the tech team display the answer to this question. Okay, We're looking, and the answer is B, engagement ceremony. And I give the credit this time to Tewan Ominde as the winner of this round. Tewan, we appreciate you. Thank you. Let's applaud him and appreciate him for that. Thank you very much, everyone, for your active participation. We're now moving over to question number 3. Tech team, do us the honors. Okay, now we're here. Which of these blessing ceremonies was the first to be conducted on the worldwide scale by true parents? Which of these blessing ceremonies was the first to be conducted on the worldwide scale by true parents? Let's have option A first. 777 couples blessing. B, what's B gonna say? 360,000 couples blessing. How about C? 30,000 couples blessing. That's C. And then D. D is 6,500 couples blessing. And the answers have already begun to come in. Let's look at what the answers are saying. Ooh, a lot of C's. But the first person to answer this question said it was B. So we have some B's here. We have some C's. We have B, C, B, C, B, C. We have Hannah Aliken. She says the answer is 30,000. And other people are keeping up with the C's. And some people are going B, C, B, C, B. Ejong says 30,000 couples. Sune says it's not 30,000. Sune or Katibongo says it's 360,000 blessing. I see Youngmin Tiasia says it's C, 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 B, 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 C, 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 B, 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 C, B, B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C, B. That's how the answers are coming in. It's so interesting, isn't it? But right now, we're going to find out what the correct answer to this question is. So everybody, please be on your seats and start to beat your drums. We are going to see what the answer is. Tech team, display the answer. Ta-da! The answer is 30,000 couples. So the big round of applause at this time. Who got this answer first? Because the first person here said that the answer was B. However, that's not, okay. We had the Mr. Carlo. Carlo said is Carlo Me, and Jin said it's B. And Bless and Jong said it was B. They were the first two. But then Gidu Wan Molisho was the first person to say that the answer was C. Let's give a round of applause to Gidu Wan Molisho for being the first to get the correct answer. Everybody celebrate him. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations to you. And next question, tech team, show us to the last question. This question is a very, very interesting question. I'm even very excited to read what this question says. And it says, what is the name of our regional Samonim? What is the name of our regional Samonim? You see, we have our regional presidents, and his wife is the Samonim. Who is, I did not give the options. People are already telling us the answer. Come on, you're too quick. Wait, it's too fast. Oh, people, calm down. Come on. Look how, and I can see them, most of them are the Congolese. People from DR Congo, you are not supposed to answer this question. DR Congo people, you have to stay quiet this time. Tech team, please show us the option. Option A, Mrs. Nancy Kadima. Mrs. Nancy Kadima. Dear Congo people, don't answer. B, we have Mrs. Natalie Kadima. How about C? C, we have Mrs. Veronica Kadima. And then D, we have Mrs. Maria Kadima. I didn't even say what D was, what option D was. People were already putting D. People, oh, my goodness. You guys are too fast. You are too quick. Okay, I see a lot of D, 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 D. Nobody is thinking otherwise. Wow, you guys are really interesting. You are so sure of yourselves that the answer is D. Her name is Mrs. Maria Kadima. Okay, fine. Let's stop here. Okay, guys, let's stop here. I am not going to look at any answers furthermore. Tech team, please display the answer for us. Ta-da! The answer is D, and her name is Mrs. Maria Kadima. You see, it's very difficult for me to find out who got the correct answer because before the options were read, people already started to answer the question. So I give the credit to everybody who got the answer correct. Please give a round of applause to all of yourselves because you know the name of our Samonim. Let us celebrate our Samonim today as we applaud ourselves. Wonderful, wonderful. And that brings us to the end of our ice-breaking activity. Thank you very much, everyone, for your active participation. I hope you had a good time. I know I had a good time. If it were up to me, we'd probably keep playing games all through. But anyway, we have some education to go into at this time, which is also equally very important for us and to us. So at this time, we're going to be beginning with the program proper, and I would like that we prepare ourselves to offer the opening greetings to our Heavenly Parents and true parents. If you're gathered at your centers, please rise. If you are joining just like me in front of the screen, you may remain seated while we offer the reverence to Heavenly Parents and true parents. Chonjin champumonimke kyongbe. All right, dear brothers and sisters, at this time, we are going to be taking the opening prayer. And for the opening prayer, we are going to be inviting one of our brothers who is also the leader of the Youth and Students Department for the Central Sub-Region. I'm talking about our brother Kipum Matumona. Brother Kipum, if you are there, please unmute and represent us all with an opening prayer.
Merci beaucoup, très cher envoyé spécial Goton, mais également modérateur pour ces grands événements. J'ai dit bon après-midi à notre Choyon Coaches, révérend Bakary Camara. Je dis également bon après-midi à notre président régional, le révérend Jean-Pierre Kadima. Et aussi, j'ai dit bon après-midi à notre vice-présidente régionale, ici présente. Également, je salue toutes les familles bénies centrales ici réunies. S'il vous plaît, joignez-vous à moi pour la prière. Parents célestes, très chers parents du ciel, de la terre et de toute l'humanité, nous sommes infiniment reconnaissants et remerciants pour cet événement.
Our beloved heavenly parents, the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, we are truly grateful for this occasion that we have to gather here this afternoon, this evening, tonight, to once again be united as brothers and sisters, as parents and children, as leaders and members, as family, to receive and take part in the education program of the 3-generation matching and blessing program. But today you want to educate all the youth that are gathered here today, centered on your word, centered on the divine principles. We want for this gathering to be one to edify your children, to bring them to the understanding of what you want for them. Because our true parents are truly determined to offer you a beautiful offering. And as youth, we are more than determined to be part of that offering, pure offerings that we want to offer you. That is why we want you to accompany this education session, that it can touch the heart of your children, till we can understand and realize your ideal on this world, in this world and on this earth. And that can only happen through families that have been educated, families that know their mission and realize their mission. And we know that we have a key role, a crucial role to play so that we can accomplish, realize your ideal. We want to understand better our part of responsibility as youth, as parents, as leaders in our movement, in our community. We want to be more united, contribute together, work together so that we can realize your ideal, accomplish the different goals and objectives that we have and we were given. Starting with this upcoming blessing that needs to be total success. That is why we have these education sessions. And we pray that you can be with us during these moments so that we can educate the youth, educate our brothers and sisters so that they can be a part of this blessing, be a part of this offering that we want for you. May you bless and be with all those that you have prepared to share with us. May they be inspired, taken by your will, your inspiration, your grace, and may everything that they will say touch and move your children here gathered. I would like to report this in our name and in my name. Bless Central Family. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you very much, dear Brother Kipum, for such very heartfelt and inspiring prayer. So once again, I would like to extend my greetings to our grandparent figures present with us today, our parent figures, and to my dear brothers and sisters gathered here today. So if you are just joining us, for those of us that are, not so used to coming early to programs, if you are just joining us, okay, you are not 100% late, you haven't missed that much. You missed the fun part though, one of the fun parts, basically, you missed that. So I just have to make that clear to you so that we come on time whenever we have these kinds of programs. Being on time is a heavenly virtue. So let us be heavenly people and let us act like heavenly people through our character. But even if you've just joined us at this time, you are not that late, you've not missed that much. So you are highly welcome. And for those of us who are just joining us and their videos are off, I still encourage you with all my heart to open your videos. One day there will be that time where someone will say, maybe whoever is emceeing or whoever is speaking it at the program, that person will say, if you have your videos on, you are going to receive a prize. And we have already noted all those with their videos on. And so those whose videos are off will be left out. One day, such thing, we never know, it might happen. Let's just see. But of course, it shouldn't be because we're expecting a prize. Let's just imbibe that good habit of having our videos on. So at this point, as we proceed with our program today, we are going to be having a Hundok reading just to help us prepare our minds and our hearts for what we are going to be receiving and gaining today. So for our Hundok reading, I would like to call another dear brother in our midst, in person of Mr. Ejong Igwe from Nigeria. He is also a YSD, Youth and Students Department Secretary General for the Western Sub-Region, to read the Hundok reading. So tech team, please assist us with the passage while our brother helps us with the reading.
Thank you very much, MC. It's an honor. Greetings to our Chongmi Won co-chair, regional president, regional vice presidents, all Chongmi group leaders and beloved Blessed Central families gathered here, and my fellow siblings across Africa. I am Igwe Jung, and I'll be taking the Hundok reading. The Hundok reading will be from one of our holy books, Chon Songon, Book 1, God, Chapter 3, God the Creator, Section 3, God created with love. I read. Creation for the purpose of joy and love. God is an absolute and unique being, but no matter how high he is, as long as he is alone, he can have no joy and no fun. Living alone can never be joyful or fun. Consider, for example, a legal scholar without parallel in the entire world, or a man who possesses the power and authority to control the world with his every word. Even in such positions, people are not happy if they are by themselves. They have nothing to feel joyful about. Why did God create heaven and earth? I want a man like me and a woman like me, with substantial forms, so I can watch them running about. It is fun to watch them, and that is why I created them. Do you like him saying this? Or watching the two run about is good, but more than that, I want to see them embrace each other and frolic together. Which one do you prefer? After all is said and done, God wanted to see men and women loving each other. Do you think that God would rather see men and women competing against each other or loving each other? He wants to see them love each other. From the beginning, love was the original motivation behind the creation of the universe. Therefore, it is perfectly logical to conclude that God will show himself to this created world as the original being of love. God is absolute and unique in himself. So why did he create the universe? Even though he is the being of absolute love, life, and ideal, he cannot fulfill any of these by himself. No matter how great, God cannot realize his love and ideal by himself. Hence, he created the universe to realize that love and ideal. Again, why did God create human beings? It was to experience joy and happiness. He cannot experience joy and happiness on his own. If he were alone, he would not find joy or happiness in anything. He created so that he could have a relationship with his object partners. 17. Why did God create heaven and earth? Why did he create Adam and Eve? It was to experience joy. It was for him to be happy. He wanted to enter into Adam and become the incorporeal father, and to make Adam the corporeal father. Therefore, Adam had to become God with a substantial form. It was the same for Eve. Why does God need a substantial form? God needs it because without the form, he cannot directly govern the substantial world that he created. That is why, as God, he needs to assume a substantial form. Thus, God created Adam and Eve to become his substantial forms. So, Adam and Eve must become one in body with God. Just because the things of creation were made by the absolute being, they are not automatically endowed with absolute value. They only attain that by becoming God's inseparable partners. As human beings, we must recover the absolute position of his partners by centering on the absolute being. The fact that the one and only absolute being created us human beings as his partners means that our position too should be absolute. The absolute being cannot experience joy alone. This is because joy cannot be realized on one's own. 19. In order to create human beings, God first created all other things along the way. From the first day through the fifth day of creation, when God looked at all the things he had created, he felt boundless excitement, hope, and immeasurable. He created Adam and Eve, our first ancestors, as the lords of all creation. He blessed them with the heart of infinite joy, saying, "Be fruitful." Verse 28. These words of blessing, to be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth, mean that God created human beings for the purpose of God blessed human.
All right, seems like our reader was not able to complete totally the reading, but nevertheless, we give glory and honor to Heavenly Parents and True Parents for the Hundok reading and the words that have been shared to us today. Let us give Heavenly Parents and True Parents a round of applause for those words. All right, dear brothers and sisters, dear family members gathered here, once again, you are all welcome to being part of this program. I'm also very sorry that I did not mention before we began with the reading that we are sharing two screens for any text that we present to you. We have the English screen and we have the French screen. So by the time, if you are joining with your computer, basically you would just have to go to the top of the screen where there is that green icon there, and from there you can click on that green icon. You will see the screen by Kenta Kishi, and you will also see the screen by French and Francais or something like that. So you, for the French speakers, just click on that French Francais and you will be able to see the text written in French. And for the English speakers, you just need to click on Kenta Kishi's screen and you will be able to see the screen in English. So thank you very much, Adrian, even though you could not finish totally, but at least we were able to read 99% of the words displayed. So right now at this point, we'll be going into the next segment of our program. We're going to be having the opening remarks by our regional president in person of our dear daddy and father figure, Reverend Jean-Pierre Kadima. As our daddy comes to give us the opening remarks, let us give him a very big resounding round of applause to welcome him to the floor.
Thank you, Godson, for giving me the floor. Je voudrais saluer le Chungon Co-Chair.
I would like to
dire bonsoir.
Greet our
Bonsoir
Chungon
au
Co-Chair.
Sous-régional.
Greet our regional vice president.
Tous
Mrs.
les
Mika Malaman,
régionaux et les responsables des
our
jeunes.
regional, sub-regional
tous les
directors,
membres de
youth
cette communauté du
responsibles, and
Parent
all the
Céleste
members of the
ici
Heavenly Parents
présents.
Holy Community here gathered.
Je voudrais vous remercier d'abord de prendre de votre temps pour participer à ce programme.
First, I would like
que nous
to
avons
thank you for
lancé.
taking time of your day to take part in this program that we have put together.
Ce message que nous venons de lire
This message that we just read
prouve à suffisance le
is
désir
enough
du
to
Parent
prove
Céleste
the desire of the
après qu'il ait
Heavenly
créé
Parents after he
le reste de l'humanité,
created
surtout
the rest of
quand il a créé
creation,
ses
the rest
enfants
of
bien-aimés,
after he created everything, especially his
afin
beloved
qu'ils
children,
deviennent des
so
co-créateurs.
that they can become co-creators.
Et c'est une preuve en suffisance que Dieu ne peut
And
pas
it is
vivre.
enough
Dieu
proof that
Tout-Puissant
God
ne
cannot
pourrait pas vivre tout seul.
live. The Almighty God cannot live alone. He could not live
Et son
alone.
amour, tout son
It was
investissement de son
his
cœur,
love,
tout ce
his
qu'il a mis dans la
investment,
création,
his
et il
heart that he
voulait
put into
expérimenter
creation.
cet amour. Et le but pour lequel le parent céleste a créé,
And he wanted to experience that
c'était
love. And the goal for which, the purpose for which
la
he
joie d'aimer
created was for
et d'être
joy
aimé.
and to be loved, to
Il
feel
n'y a pas
loved.
mille et une façons d'exprimer cet
There is
amour
no
que
1,001
quand
ways to
les
express
partenaires
such love than
s'unissent
when
en amour centré sur le
the
parent
partner
céleste.
is united, then when partners are united in love centered on the Heavenly Parent.
Donc, c'est pour dire encore la raison majeure et l'importance
It is just to say that the
de ce
main
programme.
reason and the importance of this
Sans pour autant
gathering
comprendre
is this.
les raisons
Without
et l'importance de cette rencontre,
understanding first the
pour
reason and
venir
the
juste pour faire
importance
notre
of
présence,
this
et
gathering,
pourtant
just
la
coming
valeur,
because
sans
you want to
comprendre
be
la valeur
present without
intérieure
understanding the internal
de ce que
value
nous faisons.
of what we are doing.
Aujourd'hui, c'est une journée spéciale
Today
parce
is
que
a
même
very
tout ce que nous
special
pouvons
day
faire, même
because
tout ce que nous pouvons donner, s'il est
everything that we
concerné
can say, everything that we
ne
can
sont pas
do, give,
à mesure de
if those
comprendre
concerned are not able to
la valeur de ce
understand
programme,
the value of
s'investir,
this
c'est
program,
déterminer,
take
c'est
it to heart
essayer
and
de
take
rendre
make
substantielle
it
la
their
volonté
own
du parent céleste.
determination,
Tous les
trying to
efforts que nous sommes en train de faire sont vains.
substantialize the Heavenly Parent's will.
Et nous
All
sommes
efforts that we
convaincus
do are in
que
vain.
les efforts que trois générations fournissent ne sont
We are
pas vains
convinced that the efforts of
parce
3
que
generations
vous êtes
are not in
là,
vain
que
because
nous
you are
sommes
here.
ensemble,
We
nous
are
voulons faire
together. We want to
une
offer,
offrande de qualité, une
give a
offrande
quality
pure pour
offering,
la
a
région
pure
de
offering
l'Afrique. Une fois de
from
plus,
the Africa
bienvenue
region. Once again,
et je
welcome.
voudrais vous souhaiter
And I
une
would
bonne
like to wish you
concentration et surtout une
good
détermination de
focus
changer d'idée
and
pour
determination
le
to
meilleur. Et
change for the better.
surtout, le meilleur que nous voulons souhaiter, c'est
And the
pour
best that
l'Afrique,
we wish
non pas pour nous.
is for
Parce
Africa,
que
not
si
for us.
l'Afrique est guérie de ses
Because
maux, nous serons
Africa
bien.
healed
Et
of
pour
its
nous
wounds,
autres, nous irons dans le monde spirituel avec
we
conviction que
also
nous avons
will be healed.
un héritage.
And
Merci
after
d'être
going
venu
to the
ce
spirit
soir.
world, we will go knowing that we left something for the next generation. So thank you very much and welcome once again.
Thank you to our very dear regional presidents for those words, opening words of encouragement and words of fatherly advice to all of us today, telling us to really be serious at this time and to really take this program and this 3-generation matching and blessing structure program with all heart of seriousness and devotion. We're very grateful for those words. And so, dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we are proceeding gradually into the program proper. And right now, we are going to be inspired by something very wonderful at this time, and it's going to be a testimony. We are going to be receiving a testimony from someone who has experienced something very, very profound as a result of her matching and blessing process from the time she began up until even today that she has begun her own family life. And I am talking about no other than our blessed children and 2nd-generation blessing coordinator on the youth level in person of Mrs. Soonmi Wakasaka Wantete. Let us give our dear sister Soonmi a big round of applause as she comes to share with us her story.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Special Envoy Godson, for that beautiful introduction. Warm greetings to our Chonwon co-chair, regional president, and our regional vice president. And big hugs to all my brothers and sisters. I am so happy to see all of you and also to share with you. So today I will be sharing my testimony about how I came to recognize Heavenly Parents and True Parents' love, and also how I came to receive the blessing. So anytime I'm asked to share a testimony, I don't know, I always feel like Heavenly Parent is trying to remind me about how much He loves me. So I'm really grateful again for this opportunity. And I would like to first start by introducing myself. So as our MC said, my name is Soonmi Wantete, and I'm 25 years old, second generation. In 2020, I received a blessing with my spouse, Jin Sung. And as you can see in this picture, the next year after the blessing, in 2021, we had our first baby boy. His name is Shinbuk, and his African name is Bakari. And this is, it's Bakari with an I, not with a Y. Of course, the inspiration was from our Chonwon co-chair. And this year, actually, it's about 1 month ago, we welcomed our second baby girl. Voila, this is her. Her name is Airi Manuela. So as you can see from these pictures, I hope you could all see the pictures. In this picture, these are my most precious treasures that our Heavenly Parent has given me through the blessing. And in fact, they represent everything to me. They're like my kingdom of heaven on the family level. Yes, so today my life has never been this beautiful and has never been this stable thanks to the blessing of our true parents. Okay, thank you for sharing the picture. Now I would like to share with you my story. First, I would like to share about how I came to recognize God's love in my life. So going back to my history, I wasn't always so faithful and I wasn't always so in love with Heavenly Parent and True Parents as today. When I remember my childhood, it was a happy childhood, but then coming into my adolescence, and especially when I entered high school, that was actually one of the, I can say, the darkest time of my life, because I did not know who Heavenly Parent was. I didn't know true parents, and I didn't even know my own value, who I am as a second generation. And then also when I looked at my family, my physical family, which I thought, when I was a child, I thought it was perfect. But then when I reached that age, I started to notice many issues in my family. And also when I looked at other blessed families, I could also see many issues and different problems. So at some point, at this same stage, I lost interest in attending Sunday service. I lost interest in attending workshops, even doing hundoke. I was running away from hundoke. I remember my mom always coming in my room, trying to wake me up at 5. Soonmi, please, it's time to wake up for hundoke. And I would always do my best to run away. I would just pretend to sleep, even though I was awake and I knew I had to go, but I was just pretending to sleep so I don't have to attend hundoke. And when I think about this, it was like, kind of like, maybe if I say the word burden, it's a bit too much, but because it felt like a routine and it didn't have any meaning to me, my heart was not there. So I didn't really understand the importance of it. And of course, I was ignorant of my own identity, of God and of true parents. So this was my life at that time. And also, when I think about my school life, in school, I was quite smart compared to other students. I feel like I was quite smart. And I planned to become a medical doctor. But then my internal situation was difficult because inside of myself, I felt lost. And I always felt this deep and empty darkness inside of me. And I wanted to find my true meaning in life. I was always looking for something deeper than what is just on the surface. I wanted, something genuine and something real, and I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it anywhere in my life. So because of this, I think I felt a little bit lost and sometimes depressed. But then despite all of this, somehow I feel like God, true parents protected me and they saved me. And God guided me to meet him through a 40-day workshop. So of course, when I was younger, I attended many different workshops and different programs for second generation. But honestly, I do not remember learning anything that really won my heart. And all I remember were just maybe the games and the outings and the friends, the fun stuff. But really coming to realize my value, really coming to meet God, I never had that experience before. So for the first time when I attended this 40-day workshop, I went for the workshop with a strong determination. And I said to myself, if I do not find anything that feels genuine and true, then I will not attend any other workshop ever again. So this was my kind of ultimatum to God, saying if I don't find God in this workshop, then I will not come back here again. So with this kind of attitude, I attended this workshop. And actually it was in this workshop that God saved me. And my first experience meeting with God was very strong. I met God for the first time during this workshop. I was reading True Words. And I remember that time we were doing a fasting condition, 7-day fast. And I went to the church hall alone. I was alone in the whole church hall. And I took the Chansongyun. I opened the book 1 and I started to read about God's heart. So it's like for the first time in my life, I could see God. It's like I could hear him. I could even feel him, feel his presence. And I was reading, I started to cry and to shed many tears. It's like I could hear God's voice was speaking to me. And he was telling me that he had always been my parent. Even though I never recognized or I never realized it, and that when I was going through my dark time, when I was having those internal difficulties, he was there with me and he was crying for me. And he told me that he hoped that one day I could meet him. And now that I finally met him, he said he will never let go of me no matter what, and that he loves me. And then I replied to God and I told him how sorry I was. I never knew or I never even imagined that he was my parent who loved me so much and that he was heartbroken for a very long time. So I promised to God and I told him that I will never betray him. And I asked God, please never leave me and never let me go because I need you and live my life for you to make you happy. And when I think about this was 7 years ago. I had this experience, but then it feels like it was just yesterday. And also our 21 co-chair, actually he's the one who called for this workshop for us, for many of the second generation and the Jacob children in Zambia. So that time he was the regional president of East and Southern Africa. And he is the one actually who taught me about God and about true parents and myself. And I know that I already shared my gratitude to him a few times, but I always feel like it's not enough because from everyone else, he's the only one who succeeded to help me understand my value as a second gen. And he made me also realize how much Heavenly Parent and True Parents love me and all of us. And so I'm forever grateful to him because of all the Johnson he made for me. I came to realize that True Mother is doing the same for all of us. She's shedding tears for all of us. So actually this point, it was from this point in my life that I started to build my life of faith for the first time. And at the same time, I feel like this was a foundation for me to receive the blessing. So now you may ask the question, how did I come to realize that I need to apply for the blessing? At the beginning, it wasn't automatic. I did not immediately see the value and the importance of the blessing. And to be honest, actually, I was not excited for the blessing. To some extent, I think I was afraid of it. I was afraid, what if the relationship with the one that I'm blessed to doesn't work out? And what if we cannot truly love each other? What if this and what if that? There were so many what ifs. And of course, at that time, I was already deeply in love with Heavenly Parent and True Parents. And I felt like that was enough. I felt like that's enough. But then I did not realize that actually I needed the blessing to really substantially stabilize my life. So to be honest, I went with faith. When it comes to the matching and the blessing, many people want to have a sense of control over it. But then for me, I felt like if I decide to receive the blessing now, will it make Heavenly Parent and True Parents happy or not? And for me, this was the determining factor of my decision. Is it going to make Heavenly Parent happy? If yes, then I would do it. I'm ready to do anything to make Heavenly Parent happy because this was my promise. So it's only because of this reason that I actually applied for the blessing. So I received the blessing and my case was Book matching. I put all my 100% trust without even one little doubt that this person who will be chosen as my spouse is God's precious son. And whoever he is, I'm ready to learn how to love him, no matter what he's like. And this is a truth because love is not just an emotion. Love is like a muscle that we have to train to love even those who are very difficult to love. So the attitude that I had before receiving my match was very simple. Many people apply for the blessing, with the hope that through their blessing, they will finally be happy. They will find someone who can love them, someone who can make them happy, someone who can live for them and take care of them. But for me, that was not my attitude. Once again, I felt like True Parents were guiding me to have a pure attitude to receive my match. And this happened when I was attending a workshop in Korea. And during the workshop, the lecturer was touching a topic on the blessing. And he asked all the participants to imagine what kind of ideal partner they want to have or they would like to have. And then we had to write them down on a paper. So I remember I thought about it, reflected. I didn't really have many points because I was really open. But I remember I did write, I would like to have somebody who's funny. I think that's the only thing I remember, somebody who's funny. But yeah, everybody was writing down the different points that they would like to have. And then after we finished that, the lecturer told us now, think about all the points that you consider good, a good point about yourself. And then you write the contrary of those good points. And then your sentence should start with, I am ready to receive a partner who is ... So in that case, if I think that I am a cheerful person, then I should think of the opposite of a cheerful person, right? So I should write, I'm ready to receive a partner who is gloomy. Or if I'm organized, somebody who is disorganized. Or if I'm funny, somebody who is serious. So I wrote down my list, and then I looked at it and I was like, wow, I never really thought about this. Because, you know, it's easy for us to think about how we want others to be, or what we want others to do for me. But we don't really think about what I should do for others, or what I should be like for the other person. So the point that the lecturer was trying to make us see was the motivation of the blessing should not be to find happiness, but to find someone to love me, someone to take care of me, someone to live for me. My motivation should be, I want to receive the blessing so that I can live for someone, so that I can love someone and take care of someone. That way we expand our heart. So this was my motivation, and I was so happy with it. Sincerely, from my heart, I felt like this motivation is so pure. And once I built this motivation, I felt ready. I even felt excited to meet that precious Son of God, whoever he is, whether he had some lacking points, I didn't care. I was just excited to meet that person who I will live my life for. And I even said to myself that I will spoil him with love until he feels like he's the luckiest man on earth, because I will give to him all my love. So this was the attitude that I had. And because my motivation was like this, I had no fear and I had no doubt that the person who has been chosen for me is destined for me. No doubt at all. So today I'm grateful because my husband is wonderful in all ways, and he loves Heavenly Parent and true parents. And I'm grateful that I have been guided throughout, like from the very beginning until today. I have no doubt that Heavenly Parent guided me. But then at the same time, I had to make my own decisions. I had to change my mindset. So when I made the decision, I knew that Heavenly Parent and true parents are with me. So for my brothers and sisters here who are preparing themselves for matching and blessing, or if you're still struggling, trying to figure out whether you should or you shouldn't apply for the blessing, if you're not sure, you just have to ask. And whatever you decide, you have to make sure that Heavenly Parent is with you in that decision and that you're not alone. For me, I gave myself to God and I let God guide my life, because I know that whatever he desires for me is only for my happiness. So, of course, there may be difficult situations in your life, maybe like blockages in your life. But then even in such a case, you should still ask God. God will help you. Trust God, trust your parents and your parents, because God is working through them. For me, I did this and I didn't lose. In fact, I feel like I won in many, many different ways, in ways that I never even imagined. So today you're here, God is guiding all of you. There is no coincidence that you are here. Regardless of your situation, whether you feel like it's hopeless, God is guiding you. So make sure that you don't end up on the road alone, but make sure that God is holding your hand, especially when making the most important decisions of your life. So the MC keeps reminding me about the time, because I had only 15 minutes to share my story. I wanted to share more, but I hope that you were able to receive my testimony. I also hope to hear your stories about how you overcame your challenges, and also one day to see your beautiful pictures of your blessing and also your future family. So thank you once again. I will end my sharing here. Thank you.
Indeed, a very heartfelt, very touching and moving testimony there. If we were on site, probably all of us would be standing and we would be giving a standing ovation and a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Soonmi, for such very moving and deep testimony of your own story. In fact, for me, I feel that maybe more than even the sermons and things like that, I think these testimonies are really a very easy and profound way to really learn and gain inspiration and even help us make a certain new determination in our lives. If I were to pick 2 points from what Soonmi shared, one would be the fact that I appreciated how she started her blessing testimony with how she found her life of faith, how she found her relationship with Heavenly Parent, and how she realized the love of Heavenly Parent. And I think that's always the starting point for every one of us, even before we get to that next stage of building a family. And the next point, which I really appreciated so much and was really moved by her testimony, was the fact that, the main motivation for her wanting to be part of the blessing was because that was what she felt Heavenly Parent and True Parents desired for her. And I think there is no better motivation and there is no better reason for being part of the matching and blessing than because we believe and we know that this is what our Heavenly Parents, who loves us so much, desires. Thank you so much, Soonmi, once again, for such beautiful testimony. So dear family members, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are having a good time up until now. I hope that you're inspired. I hope that you are learning a lot. And I hope you are about to make that new determination in your life. So even special thanks to those of us who opened our cameras. I saw some new faces. I'm looking, I'm checking. So I'm so happy that some of us are really making that effort to have their beautiful faces and handsome faces being displayed. We are all beautiful and handsome in the eyes of Heavenly Parent and True Parents. At this point, we're going to be having a music interlude. I mean, we can't be here sitting down listening to lectures all day long. We need something to spice us, spice the atmosphere up. And as you can see on your screen, we have this wonderful, talented musician. She is Jinju Plakanov from Cameroon. She's an artist in the making, and she has a lot of beautiful music in her repertoire. Today, we're going to be listening to Don't Run from Love from Jinju Plakanov. Let's give her a round of applause as her video is being displayed.
I don't really understand some people that always run away from love. Love always finds you wherever you are. No matter the distance, no matter the time. Love is something completely natural. It's your destiny, it's finally found you. No need to run, no need to run from love. Think about the people crying for the same love. No need to run, no need to run away from love. Listen to what you're saying now. You say you don't want to fall in love. How did your parents have you? They made each other, they fell in love, they were blessed by the church. You will not come and change it. It's your destiny, it's finally found you. No need to run, no need to run from love. Think about the people crying for the same love. No need to run, no need to run away from love. Beginning to end, the love is there. Up to down, the love is there. Love will always be there, no matter the pain, no matter the prayer, no matter the cries. I know it's so hard. I know you're scared that someone will break your heart. Everyone in this world has a fate. Just little bit strong. Maybe this is the right one. He has finally come. How would you know if you don't try move on? It's your destiny.
Let's give Jinju a very, very big and resounding round of applause for such beautiful piece of music. Ooh, I mean, the virtual applause is really dulling my spirit. I mean, if we were together in the same room listening to that, I'm sure everybody would be on their feet clapping for that wonderful young lady. If you ask me, that song is a hit. I don't only enjoy the beautiful melody, the beats and everything, but the lyrics are just so deep. And I don't know, there's going to be a remix on that song. I have to give Ginger a call. Both of us need to re-record that song together. I'm so inspired. I love that song. That's No Need to Run from Love by Jinju Plakanov. Jinju, thank you for such beautiful song. We are going to speak to each other behind the camera. Okay, dear brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, we are now here to receive something very, very special. Just as we received inspiration from the testimony from our dear sister Soonmi, now we're also going to be receiving inspiration from words of guidance and words of encouragement and spiritual nourishment, if I may say. And we are going to be inviting over a very special someone in our midst today. This person is no other than our Choni One co-chair in person of our Papa, our Daddy, even Grandpa actually, Reverend Bakari Camara. Today, Papa Camara is going to be talking to us about Heavenly Parents, True Parents, and me. And so at this point in time, let us give him a very big resounding round of applause as we express our anticipation and readiness to receive him. Papa Camara, you are welcome.
Thank you, Godson. You are so amazing, MC. Actually, when you were having your preparatory squeeze and whatever, I wanted to join you. I wanted to get out of the rank of speaker. So, but no way to do that. Already I'm stuck because I give my name. So next time I need a team, I am. It's quite inspiring. Beginning when I see your face jumping around, I said, this little one I know a few years back. I mean, it's so quiet. Everybody crazy. Okay, positive way crazy, I would say, you see. So I'm truly grateful. You people give me inspiration, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So I just would like to greet you all, particularly our dear regional president, President Kadima, Mama Kadima. It was sure that I think Godson, this last question you're asking everybody, if anybody missed that question, we had to take it out from the workshop. So I'm glad everybody got the right answer to know at least the regional summoning name. So it's amazing. And I believe this is a good start to build a strong family, to make sure Africa is not just a jungle, but it's a family. It's a family. So thank you, Reverend Kadima, and with all your team, with all your leaders, to organize this as a beautiful platform, a live platform, which we are sharing together now to honor our beloved true parents. And thank you for all the speakers, even Hundokwe talking about God's love already, commented graciously by our regional president. And also Soonmi's testimony is like a mirror. I am surprised to see with all babies having a baby. It's amazing. When I see some second gen or young parent, somebody called them mama or papa, I'm wondering, they are talking about who? You know, who they are talking about. So it's a miracle just surrounding us. So dear parent and grandparent, please enjoy that. It's a miracle. Miracle is happening surrounding us. So today I wanted to just bring some reminder because you see, our origin is the key. Our origin, Heavenly Parent. So to just try through parents' word to little bit make us feel what is Heavenly Parent desire for us, you know. So because we come from there, no doubt. I don't think anybody doubts from that. But how to rehabilitate, how to establish our relationship in personal level with our Heavenly Parent, our Creator, sometimes that has been the challenge. So that is, and it's quite tragic, to be honest, to not know where do you come from, to not know who do you belong to, and it become really even scary. So that's why we are profoundly lucky to find that way, because I've been also in the atmosphere where I really have no clue where I come from. So just like us, you know, suddenly I find myself here in the midst of so many things happening. So what kind of direction to take? What is the future? Very difficult to move in such a kind of environment. We don't know where it comes from. So that's why the beginning for me, I think, is God, the Creator. You know, if there is anyone who can show me God, I will follow that person. That true story, you know. So, and anyone can clear the way from me to reach God, the Creator, to be confident and secure. I don't mind, I will follow you. True story, you know. So that's the reality. So based on that, I wanted to show some few reminder. If you allow me, I will share my screen with you. And I will ask, somebody should say to accept. Okay, now it's here. I will ask also Mrs. Barrow if she can sometimes read with me, because my English is very good. I don't want to make anybody confused. I have a great pronunciation of English. So when people ask, why don't you speak French then? No, I said I want to make sure I support English speakers because they are not learning other languages. So we had to go and find them, bring them to learn other language. French speakers, they try speak French, English, Japanese, Korean, whatever. But English speakers, I know, they are not very fast to learn other language. So I joined them. That's why I try to cultivate the way to reach them out there. So like Godson himself, next time when I meet you, I'm going to speak you only French. You will find out. So thank you. Today, I wanted to, I will not be long. You may see many titles, but I will not be long. So as I said, during this type of gathering in the family level, doesn't matter where we are going, either to receive the blessing, to have a family, to go to study, to have a job. We need to know at least who are we, where we come from, and what is our relationship with that. That's why it came to my mind truly when I was thinking about you, and I have been called by regional president, vice president to share with you. If this come to me, it's truly like talking to myself too. Heavenly Parent, True Parent, and me, myself. How that cooking will work, what it is to, you know. So that's what I would like to talk about a little bit. And bear with me, it will not be long. I hope it will not be also taking too much your time. So I will talk about Heavenly Parent, then True Parent, and the conclusion is Heavenly Parent, True Parent, and me. That's what I want to reach. But just to realize a bit about Heavenly Parent, the Creator. And from there, how I become Heavenly Parent children, true parent, substantially true parent. then how to work it out with them. So that's what I would like to share with you. So in terms of Heavenly Parent, of course, I'm sure you, through your prayer, your study and everything, you have been really have many experiences, like Soonmi had that profound experiences, Heavenly Parent. And I can see the essence is love, you know. And he's a creator. He have an ideal. He has a purpose for creation. But something tragic happened, is loss of his children. And that break Heavenly Parent's heart. This never been disclosed for thousands of years. Only true parents, our true parents, Father Moon and Mother Moon, they, for the first time in the whole history of humanity, they disclosed that the God, the creator, even it looks like the most powerful being, the God creator, he had a broken heart when he lost his children. That's really, is so revolutionary. So this is something also to reflect on. And, thank you, Soonmi, you prepared the foundation for this presentation somehow, because it's not easy to find that God, Almighty God, want me to recognize him and become sad if I'm not there. So something like that. So that's why to fill that gap, Heavenly Parent, True Parent, Heavenly Parent work it out to find and restore the cause of the separation between him and his children, to restore the first ancestors' position, which are true parents. So that's the point I would like to share. So from here, I would like to, Mrs. Barrow, if you can read about this concerning Heavenly Parent.
Yes. 1. Heavenly Parent's essence is love. God's purpose in creating us is love. Love is the foundation upon which God created life.
Wow.
Life germinated because love began to grow in God's heart. Since life sprang from that love, its result should come about by means of that love. Since beginning was love, the end must also be love. God is the root of love, the root of life, the root of lineage, and the root of conscience. If you want to manifest God, you have to spread your love in all 4 directions. You must invest your love.
So this is something probably revolutionary. Many in the past, as our ancestors in faith, they discover God as a creator, and but it had been not very clear. His nature is inside nature, his true nature. So for the first time, this is disclosed too, that he loves us. I mean, we can see it also if we sit down peacefully, quietly, and be with myself. I mean, he realized in this life that everything surrounding me is so fit my existence and feed my existence, care for my existence, everything, from the small thing to the biggest, and to my inside inner organs and everything. Everything is working properly, perfectly, so I can breathe naturally and enjoy life. I mean, it's extraordinary that these things can happen without my personal effort. So, and then give me, people I can live with, from parent to relatives to friends to colleagues. I can joke, I can walk, if sometimes even I can fight with them. I'm not isolated. I am in this very interesting global family. Then how this happen? So it's something to think about that and to realize it, that I have been almost like a gift to myself. So if we look at that, it cannot deny that God loves us. Next.
2. Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation. When God created Adam and Eve, he gave them the 3 blessings. Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth, and have dominion over every living thing. The first blessing, be fruitful, means that human beings should grow and perfect their characters, with God as their center. The second blessing is that a perfected man and woman should become a true husband and wife, have children, and realize an ideal family, thus fulfilling their duty as true parents. The third blessing is that human beings should create the kingdom of heaven on earth, where they would not experience any inconvenience or lack amid the environment that God bestowed upon them.
I know you heard it many times, many times we heard this. But this is where we have to reflect on it. Since we have been created by God, and the essence of God is love. So my origin is love. So I should discover what is love. So to really realize that, so there is a process. This is what he's saying now, that normally we should be a good people, good person who can control himself, and then one day get a spouse, and we are created for that. And one day also be able to have a full control on my environment. So our way forward is designed so we can be capable to accomplish an ideal life. So even though today I'm not clear about that, to be honest, this is something we need to reflect on it. I need to reflect on it. It was also a big question mark. So while I am on earth, what shall I do? What is the direction? Where shall I go? How to make myself real? So this is some kind of the reason I'm explaining. So just if when we go home and we are at home, just to reflect on it. It gives sense and purpose in life. Make a research. Because is a God's plan, the Creator's plan, even 1,000 million years before us. So he will help us to find out. So we become alive. But you have to think in the same direction. But if you don't think the same direction, just abandon, it will be difficult then to be able to be successful. So our purpose in life is to realize these three great blessings. So everybody should learn about it. To learn and find out if it fits you or not. If it fits your existence, if it fits your conscience, if it makes you secure, peaceful, and decide. So that's why it's very important to make a research. We spend times looking for many things, sport, art, whatever, even study, academic study. We do that seriously to find something. But it could be wonderful to find out who I am myself. And this is a beginning, a starting point.
God's purpose of creation was to experience joy in seeing men and women, his children, grow to perfect themselves in spirit, blessing them in marriage, and having them bear the fruit of true love, true life, and true lineage by multiplying true children, creating true families, and building and living in the eternal, ideal kingdom of heaven.
As you know, we are either young men or young women. Oh, I'm old man now, but I can see also I have been a young man. So, you see, when I was too small, I was wondering one thing, because I have grown up surrounding mothers or sisters. So I didn't have a direct elder brother very close, or elders or younger brother very close. My younger brother, biologically younger brother, passed quickly. He passed when she was young. So, but I could see to multiply ourselves, to have children at home, only women were there to have children. Of course, I didn't know that time how they are getting their children. But for me, it was so interesting how they can be so clever, so powerful, and so to get the children, to get brothers and sisters for us, cousins for us. So in my view, I was thinking, they are like the Creator too, without knowing God completely, because they are giving birth to human beings. So that's why I was so impressed, sincerely impressed. What kind of miracle is that? Of course, funny enough, I didn't know that if you need to have men and women together to have a child. I thought that is just a miracle, you know. That's what I was wondering. Why can't be a woman also to be one day to be able to deliver? Because for me, that's the best way to resemble the Creator. It can do also it can be like somebody giving life. So why I'm telling you this, as a young man and woman, we are really a true miracle to be co-creator of God. And that can happen only when we are together, men and women, authorized and blessed by the Creator. So that's why our life can find itself accomplished. So we are already created like that. So we cannot change it. I don't think, okay, some people try, but I don't think they reach their fulfillment. If you're a man, you're a man forever. If you're a woman, you're a woman forever. So then to achieve and to be stable, to be complete, then you need them. Oh, Heavenly Parents, very clever. You need a partner. You cannot deny. It's like, absolutely, I need to breathe air because I already have lung prepared for that to make sure my inner organs are taken care by the oxygen. So the lung is there. So I need air. I can't deny it. I cannot take any other way than taking air. So I can breathe and cure or give nutrition to my inner body, to myself. So it's like our destiny. It's really destiny. So that's why, even though today probably I have challenges, I don't know what it is, that's no problem. But now we need to check, to learn about it, to study about it seriously, because this is our destiny, to discover myself, to discover where to go. So it's not something to really put aside, because I am created as a man or woman. Well, and to fulfill myself, I need that accomplishment to be together with a man if I'm a woman, or to be a man to be with a woman if I'm a man. So it's really designed. So to fulfill myself, to reach out the total fulfillment, happiness, and security, peacefulness, I need somebody. I need somebody. That is my spouse.
3.
Now, if so, God has been that very so perfect in his creation. If God has been so perfect in his creation to make everything so just, so fit, you know, think about it. Even the machine we are using today, I'm communicating with you now. 100 years ago, this is something almost unbelievable. You cannot even think about it. So people are flying. People are going under the water, under the sea. They are all over the place. We can go everywhere. So we are using the system or the principle which existed before us, and everything fit from time to the temperature. Everything fit completely. And the whole universe is moving like that in a spectacular fitness. So if the perfect God made such a kind of incredible, beautiful world, putting everything together, what went wrong? You see? So this is something also, young people, all of us, we have to think, what went wrong really? Is it incapable God or incapable human being, or any big accident happened? What went wrong to make things so confused? So confused. I mean, think about it. Myself in my relationship, tribe against tribe, nation against nation, and the biggest investment human being is doing now is to make a gun to kill the brothers and sisters. I mean, think about it. And that's where we find ourselves, in truly, truly hell, where everything is so scary, so dangerous, and then you can't enjoy anything. If you go for, you never know what you will get there. If you go for having art somewhere, enjoying this and that, you don't know. If you got a little bit of something fun there, you don't know what will happen to you. No trust, absolutely no trust. So more investment in how to kill each other than anything else. So how this world becomes so crazy? So, I mean, we had to think about it. If we find that, we had to take it seriously and engage in the way or we can make our life normal. So it's a process. So if you think, Heavenly Parent says something very interesting here. Mrs. Barrow. Can you read?
Yes, 3.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here. 3, Heavenly Parent's broken heart because of the fall, the loss of the first ancestors. Do you have any idea how much pain God suffered the moment our first ancestors, into whom God has invested his complete and reserved devotion since time immemorial, fell and disappeared into darkness, becoming part of Satan's lineage? Are you even remotely aware that our Heavenly Parent, our Heavenly Father, who endured tens of thousands of years of excruciating heartache, so great that his bones shed tears and his flesh quivered, had to go through the long, dark tunnel of indemnifying the fall in order to save his lost children?
In reality, either we know it now, we feel it now or not. Fundamentally, we are not just created beings. We are children of the Creator, Heavenly Parent. So the reason am I repeating it is just please check and try to find out if it's correct or not. And because of this, our separation, which we know, I will not go through that today, but the loss, our relationship with God is broken. Like many of us can say directly, I really don't know where is God. So that is the problem. So what happened, that need to be sorted out. And it's not only because we want that. God, Almighty God, the Creator, wants that. So we can work together. We can find each other because He also wants more than anybody else. He wants to find us. That's why it could make a great sense what Soonmi was thinking today. He's waiting. He tried to find that we can make our way back. So brothers and sisters and young people, let us try to find our Creator. It's possible because He wanted more than anybody. He wanted even more than us. So let us go and see that there is a process. Definitely, if there is God, there is a process to find God. So that is another clue here. Even though we have been created in perfect world, but before today we are here, in the past, the first ancestors went the wrong way. They utilized the world or themselves in the wrong way. So then it became a problem for the descendants. So that create a situation now, either we go back or we continue suffering. Either we go back or God, the Creator Himself, become a God of misery. So that is the broken heart. Not many people know about this. Not many people. Even in many religions, but not many people know about God's grievance. So that's why, even from today, I guarantee you, from today, think about it. Talk to God, talk to Creator. Are you really need me? Do you think I'm really somebody who can make you happy? Truly, me? If you are seriously talking about that, you will meet that God Soonmi met. True story. As soon as you meet God, the Creator, then you meet light. And you meet the direction. And you meet finally the purpose in life. Anyway, this is just to remind us. We are created by God, we are God's children, but we are separated by God, we make God miserable. So let us go back.
Suddenly losing a beloved child for whom we would willingly give our own life bring pain and anguish beyond imagination. Our God, you lost humankind, your family. As you pushed your way through history, You must have been like a traumatized parent who has lost his senses, his entire being in shambles. You were not a God of joy and glory. You were a heartsick parent filled with mourning and sorrow over your lost children.
From today, let us remember our Creator who gave us everything, who created this whole universe, unfortunately is in deepest miserable situation because of me, because of us. So let us tell him we are coming back. Do that seriously, you will see, even your cells will start changing. They will talk to you. If you say it sincerely by yourself, when you are alone, your cell you don't feel regularly, you will start feeling them inside yourself because they all want to come and attend the lost parent, which is called our eternal parent.
4.
Now, what is the process for God to find me? Continue.
4. Heavenly Parents' heart of hope by finding the true parents, the restored third ancestors. It has been God's desire and humanity's dream to find the lost true parents. Adam and Eve, the first human ancestors, should have become the true ancestors of humankind, the true parents of humankind, whom God truly longed to see. Or people should have been born as the blood relatives of those parents. For God's will to be realized, parents need to come, not fallen parents, but true parents. The reason we can use the title true parents, especially the word true, is because they emerged possessing a love that surpasses the love of the countless parents that have come and gone, a love that has never before seen expression. Everything begins with the true parents, the ideal history, a new culture, love, life, family, nation, and world. In other words, the heavenly kingdom of God's love.
So this is the clue. Humanity is lost today in mind, in most of the things, in purpose, because of the first ancestors. The original plan of God through the first ancestors to direct his will, which is only the will for love, where happiness, security, peace are there. But because of the loss of the first ancestors, you heard it, but I'm repeating it. We need that to replace that. We need that. That first ancestor need to be restored so that we can be able truly to reconnect with God. Without that, it's not possible. So the only hope has been God to find our first ancestor restored. And you know who I'm talking about. So that's why we are so blessed, honestly. We are so blessed. But why we don't know we are blessed? Because we didn't check it out. If you are sitting down near the beautiful and nice meal, which is good for your health, you have to test. If you don't test, you will never know. Not only to test, you have to eat. If you eat, you have to digest. Based on that, it changes your physical life. So let us try. This is a true story. We have been created by heavenly parents who love us so much, but because of the fall of our first ancestors, we lost everything. Now, he did everything possible to find true parents. Then if you connect with true parents, we find our original nature. Please try. So that's the true story of our existence. And I know that. I feel it, I live in it. So that is important for each and every one of us to know that pattern. The creation, the destruction of the purpose, now we have been affected, and then how to come back. My dear sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, this is the way. So you don't let yourself confused by anybody. Just check. Check with yourself, because we got all necessary element in our mind, in our heart, in our conscience to find a way. Don't be discouraged. Don't worry what happened. We can start new. We can find ourselves. We can find God. We can find the purpose in our existence. Why? Because true parents are here. Now I want to talk quickly because of time. Somebody is showing me time. Now, God cannot make us their son by themselves, just like that. Because the pattern is to make many sons, to multiply sons and daughters of God through true parent, a set of parents. Only a set of parents can make children. So now we in our time, I don't know what kind of miracle our ancestor did, but we are here now. We met through parent, the first ancestor, the first ancestors restored. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, those people have no chance. They didn't meet. 1,000 years ago, they didn't. They were looking for, but they didn't. But somehow we are here. What privilege. So let us see who is true parent quickly before we make our conclusion.
1. True parents are substantial manifestation of Heavenly Parent. The true parents are the parents of heaven and earth, while God is the parent of the cosmos. When we say parents of heaven and earth, we are referring to the two perfected people who represent God in substantial form and who stand in the central position for all matters of this world.
We have been all orphaned until we find true parent. Parent doesn't mean just give birth. Parent mean also translated in giving true love, true heart, true lineage. So this is possible. Probably we didn't try yet, but it's possible. Like we are already here now. We are here. True parents here. True father already ascended, but true mother is here. So there is a way to redo my life. And I will check it. 70 days enough to make sure you find God in true parent. So we don't rely on what we call my biological parent. Definitely they are there as the precious relatives. But the true connection with God is a true parent. So that's what I wanted. If I have anything, any truth to say to any child, anybody, find true parent. If you find true parent, you will find God. If you find God, you find all the universe, more than yourself. So that's why this precious moment, nobody should miss it. Who are they? Let us find out. It wasn't easy for them to be true parents.
2. True parents establish themselves by paying a heavy price called indemnity. God's providential history of salvation has been progressing continuously since the fall of Adam and Eve, the first human ancestors. No one, however, could complete the providential course of restoration through indemnity, and we could only wait for the true parents to come. True Father passed through a providential course of immeasurable indemnity prior to establishing his position as a true parent through our holy wedding in 1960.
Please read their life, study their life. You know why? From the beginning of my approach with the unification family, that's what I discovered. When I was in the wilderness, I met those who know true parents. We call them missionaries. Back then, when I was in my young age, I got some spiritual experiences, seeing the spiritual world, seeing people somehow. And until I grown up to a certain level, I couldn't understand what it means. My biological parent cleaned up that with certain magic, I don't know. So I start not seeing the spiritual world. I'm not joking, and I wasn't crazy. I could see people like I see people, you and me, people surrounding us. I never forget about it. So somehow I met the missionaries. And their first question was clearly prepared by heaven. Because For more than 20 years, I was looking. The answer is it if there is really a spiritual world, life after death. So these missionaries in the question just ask me, are you interested in spiritual education? Trust me, that was the only thing I needed that time. Because I went all over the place. Even after all study, I went everywhere to find out if spiritual world exists really. Because I sensed it, I felt it, and I lived and I experienced it. So I say exactly that's what I want. If that time they talk to me about religion, anything, I don't think I will be here today. So then they explained to me, I think many of you know this already, but it's important because it's still my heart like it happened yesterday. And it's so real. So then I said, I want to know. So then, as you know, when you want to start divine principle, they want to start always by introduction and all those chapters. I say, no, you told me spiritual education. I want that. So finally, the missionary had to explain to me the last section of the principle of creation, the relationship between spiritual world and physical world. Brothers, sisters, sons and daughters, that come to me like a very thirsty person, and I receive a very nice glass of water, drinking, and who cannot say that not good for me? If you are thirsty, seriously thirsty, you find the water and you are drinking, nobody, no one can, even God cannot tell you it's not good for you. Because that's exactly what it is. So that spiritual education were going to me completely down through my heart. So then I stopped them. I said, where did you get that teaching? They say from that person called Samuel. I say, okay, now so stop here. I want his life course. I want to know his life course because this is somebody I can follow with my whole life. That's true story, true story. They say, okay, but they need to start divine praise. I said, I don't know any other divine things. I want just to know the life course of that person. So my introduction to the principle of unification family starts by spiritual world and true parents life course. From there, I decided, this is somebody I can follow. It doesn't matter what, because it touched something no one touched. It touched something within me so real, so real. Then what else? Just to follow. Please study truly the spiritual world and true parents life course. It's a very painful life, but they can't do that without purpose. There is certainly a purpose because nothing there in their life has been for themselves. And no peace, suffering, suffering, suffering. Why? And finally, they want to give to you. They want to give to us. Come on, think about that. So their life has been for us to be resurrected, for me to be alive again. Develop simple relationships. You will find out. To be honest, you will find out. I'm not like Godson was saying, he wasn't bribing anybody. Me too. I don't just check. I don't want to witness to you. I don't even want you to become a member. I just want you to help you. Because what I know is so real. Please find out.
What he said to me as he headed for prison once more in the United States is still vivid in my memory. Don't worry, he said. A new world of hope will be waiting on the other side of prison. Only heaven will remember these circumstances in the providence of restoration through indemnity.
This social couple, the set of true parents, they went the life of death for you and me. It's real. They never know us. We don't look together physically. but still they say they love us, and it's real. That's why we are here today. And from them, I find my spouse. And from them, I have been given a chance to raise children. And through that, I start developing my heart. That's why the blessing is to save me, to save us, to make us grow, to make us true people, true person. It's not just a marriage. It's not just a ceremony. It's not just because we want to make a community. It's our destiny to realize the fulfillment of my purpose of creation. So that is just to say, even true parent, they couldn't just come, I am a true parent. Even designated, anointed, they had to pay the price to make sure they can protect us and they can deliver and liberate us. That's why Mara can stay and liberate Africa. How? If we, without condition, they say I liberate Africa, the same day you are finished. I'm not talking physically, spiritually, you are eaten. He had to conquer Satan first before he said he liberate people from Satan's hand. True story. So we are in that kind of environment. We are there. Absolutely, we are there. We can decide to go to that freedom or stay where we are as a slave. That's my understanding. Let's just try, just try.
Three,
Continue.
through true parents, Heavenly Parent will achieve his purpose of creation, the three great blessings. Initially, God, the creator and owner of the universe, made everything throughout heaven and earth and created the first man and woman, Adam and Eve, who were to become the ancestors of humanity. He waited for them to pass through a period of growth and gain maturity of heart. God must bring about the day of victory without fail. To achieve this, the true parents who can become the victorious ancestors of humanity have to emerge from among all of humankind. Only then can God's dream of one family of humankind living in the kingdom of heaven on earth be realized.
The creator of the whole universe, the Almighty God, their substantial body are on earth. And you and me are facing them, talking to them today. So that's why we got a chance. We got an opportunity. We don't want to miss this. Try. Just try. Look at their face, find out what they are doing, and listen to their voice and feel their presence. My life will change. It changed my life. That changed my life. So we don't make ourselves distracted by the imperfection of circumstances surrounding me. Imperfect environment, imperfect people, imperfect organization. That's not the point. I want to find a way to save my life and to establish my life, to restore my life and make a future, a better future. Now, to you and me now, in relation to true parent, let me go fast for issue of time. So this is what I want to explore.
1. I have been created by Heavenly Parent through true parents in their image. Now that true parents have emerged, their children also can become true parents, and all those who receive their teachings likewise can become true parents.
Aju, now we can talk about becoming true parent. In this period of 100 years, all these people in this 100 years, it's possible that we can become true people, true human being, true husband and wife, true family with true children. My goodness. How lucky are we?
A true person is one who resembles God. To establish a world abounding in true people, what we need is not a political revolution, but a revolution of character. A revolution of character is the revolution that transforms us into true human beings who resemble God's character. It uplifts people's character to the standard of God's character.
That's the reality. The only destiny or destination we are is to resemble God in heart, in character. So, as I said, I had no time to develop it. From our cells to our heart, everything works to try to resemble the Creator. So we cannot run from the Creator. It creates contradiction. The whole cell in me, the whole blood flow in me, the whole organs all try to resemble the Creator. And then if I want to go against, that's called contradiction to destroy myself and happiness and security and definitely self-destruction. So naturally, we meant to resemble in harmony with Heavenly Parent, the Creator. And true parent showing the way how to do that. That's why I just wanted to show you true parent, honestly speaking. If you find true parent, I can die in peace. Find true parents. That's the key. Don't just contemplate the God. You, through true parents' grace, you will feel God's presence. But you have to find true parents.
Next slide, please.
Yes.
2. I am the fruit of the entire history of God's and true parents' providence.
Sorry. I think we go back a little bit, Michelle. So the divine principle teaching, you can have it?
Yes. The divine principle teaches us that from the fall of the first human ancestors, the providential restoration went through so many prolongations. From Adam and Eve's family through Cain and Abel, with Noah's family through Ham and Shem, in Abraham's family through Isaac, Esau, and Jacob, through Moses, through Jesus, until finally true parents' appearance after 6,000 biblical years.
So this is not just a simply history for you and me. The whole history, in God's point of view, is to find you and me, but our true self. And to do so, he needed true parents. And true parents came, they had to pay the price to prepare the environment, to give us birth. So in reality, we are the beautiful, substantial fruit of the victorious history, not the failure. So we are out of the failure. Well, up to each and every one to understand that. You can declare you are out of the failure and sin. Now you are in goodness side. So it's possible to make my character a true human being character, to resemble the Creator.
True parents who receive their mission from God are the ones who should realize the dream of God, the Creator and Heavenly Parent. However, despite being in that kind of environment with no support, we had the Holy Wedding. Up until today, we have brought forth many blessed families all over the world. And now, many second and third generation unificationist children are growing up.
We are part of that.
Because 3, I should and I will achieve the purpose of restoration, the purpose of creation. Because of that grace from true parents, I should achieve the purpose of creation. I should become heavenly parents and true parents' image. It says in Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image, And in the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Indeed, God created men and women in his image. Since we are created to resemble God, we want to make ourselves like him.
It's absolute. Definitely, we can realize the purpose of creation. We just need a bit of courage to make a determination and start. We don't want to remain in the side of failure. We want to go in the side of success and victory. That we decide. I always say, if two things, why want to take negative side? It doesn't help you. Even if people show you two things, very negative and something small, they're positive, just take that one. Because that is what we should resemble. That's who we are. The negative side, even in thought, in thinking, in talking, in anything, in action, then the negative energy come to you and it become negative and it become miserable. If we take the positive side, so it become positive. I'm saying truly is possible, and heaven come to you because heaven is like that. So that's why we find God. So naturally, our way to find God is to reject the negative side of life. You don't need to get engaged with it. You don't need. You just take what you need. I call eating the good side of apple if you're hungry.
So, when someone asks you, what kind of being is God? You can answer, he is someone like me. This answer will hit the mark. In what respect would God most like us to resemble him? He most wants us to resemble him in love. The day when we come to resemble him in love, we can lose everything, and still it will follow us wherever we go.
We have been created by love. We have been nourished with love. And our destiny is love. So one determination, let us live a life of loving others. No justification. Also, Soonmi again, she said that you want to have somebody, doesn't matter what, to take care, to love. It's amazing. But that's actually the way you find God. Because that's how God made us, so we can be able to live with each other with love, serving, attending, giving joy to others. Then we become the owner of love, which is the stability of my life, the essence of my life. We are lucky.
Come to think of it, you, the second generation, are very fortunate people. Now we live in the era of Good. This is when heavenly parents' dream, true parents' wishes, and the hope of all humankind can be fulfilled on earth. Please know that you are the wit of this era of Good, the era of the true parents and the mother of peace. You must not lose that essence.
That is the point. I wanted each and every one, second gen, first gen, Jacob, whatever, let us keep our essence. Let us keep our essence. And let us come together and make sure we protect that essence. The others will envy and they will come naturally. That true witnessing. People should come because they want to come. We cannot oblige people to come, even though their motivation is good. So we have to resemble the true love. And true love is attractive. True love is sellable. So how can that be done? So that should be my homework. If I don't know how to do it, I learn from somebody who knows. It's no problem. Since we know to go to school to learn from teachers, we go to driving school to learn how to drive. We could do all this even to learn how to dance. I mean, why we don't learn how to be myself? Why not? Why not? I would like to thank you. I know it's a bit long, but I wanted to try to make sure we are so precious our destiny is to resemble this smile. So take a look and think about it, pray about it. We will get there. God bless you.
Indeed, a very big round of applause to our dear Chaniwan co-chair, our dear Papa, for such very deep, inspiring words of guidance. Maybe there was just so much that we could have taken away from that. For me, if I were just to share briefly some reflection, there was that point he mentioned where he says that one way to find God is to reject the negative side of life. And when I heard that, I was like, ooh, I need to write that down, because when writing that down, I will be constantly reminded about that, in the sense that to really become closer to God, one needs to just put aside all the negativity, all the elements that want to restrict us from being our original selves and restrict us from really coming closer to God, the disappointments, the setbacks, the people who don't help us to think positively, to think in the most aligned way. All that needs to be put aside. And I heard, I'm like, ooh, I cannot take that for granted. I have to write it down. And I wrote it down. And I'm like, ooh, that's going to be a big reminder for me. And maybe the second point that really touched me again was the fact that he mentioned how his main purpose for this message was to share with us true parents. And I think that's the most valuable gift ever that we can all receive. And, you know, as he was explaining, he mentioned about the fact that each person needs to find their relationship with true parents, not what people are telling you, but your own relationship, personal relationship with true parents. And it is from there that you will really understand their value. And so I think that's homework for those of us that might still be struggling. We are all on a journey. Each person is moving at their own pace, but I believe that through the help of the Absolute Good Spirit world, we will all get to our final destination. Thank you very much once again, our dear Papa, for such wonderful words. At this point, we're going to be moving to the next segment. We are gradually coming towards the close of this program, but before we move further, the next segment of our program today is going to be some words, which will include announcements as well from our regional vice president and the president of YSP Africa in person of Mrs. Mika Amalaman. So as we invite her over to speak to us briefly, let us give her a round of applause as we anticipate her words.
Thank you, and greetings to all of our beautiful brothers and sisters present here. Of course, first and foremost to our grandpa, Grandpa Camara, actually, I have to say. Really thank you so much for your words and really sharing with us your heart as a grandfather who's really always wanting to express his love to us as a father and also a grandpa. Also, I really want to thank our regional president, Papa Kadima. Actually, without him, we wouldn't have this platform right now to be able to experience such great sessions from what we heard today and all the sessions we've had this week. And I truly feel very grateful to be working together as we want to really attend to our true parents' desire, which is really one big one, is to bring the great blessing to all of our brothers and sisters, all of our families here in this region. I also am very touched by my sister Soonmi's testimony. Actually, I feel I resonate with her testimony a lot. I feel that's many points she put forward I also came to experience, and I believe it's an experience truly that we all have or can have with really understanding who God is, and a personal relationship. That personal relationship, I believe, is for everyone, because God wants and knows and is connected to each and every one of us in a unique way. So I'm very grateful for everyone's all of you coming here as we've been able to share together. I think it's an amazing time. What I will do quickly due to time is just to present an announcement because one of the big aspects of this program is really coming together as a family to support those of you who are still preparing for the matching and blessing or waiting to receive a match, to guide you through that and to support you in even finding your match. And so I want to share with you what that structure or process will be sent under this 3-generational matching and education program, just so that you can also be aware and also come to be ready to match, perhaps attend to matching and being part of this program. So let me just share my screen briefly and I'll go through it. So the announcement is basically how to find my match through the 3-generation assisted matching process. So first of all, we need you to register to join the matching process. So at the moment, you are all of you here. It's for everybody, no matter whether you're matched, you're blessed, you're not, or you're even those of you who may not feel that you're ready yet to go to the matching. This program that you've registered for is for everyone. However, now, for those of you who want to go to the matching, we also want you to fill out a matching kind of form to say that you would like to go through this matching process. So this will be sent in the link just to give us an outline of how many people also would like to go through this matching process. Then, of course, we want all parents and children to join all the education session for the 3-generation program. This matching process is not just a one-way form of just, okay, the children are there and the parents don't need to be there, or the parents are there and the children don't need to be there. It's a family matter. We want the children and parents to really join together, come together united to also learn and understand and go through the process of this education, which is really there to come and bring us together, centering on true parents, to return us back to really what is our true parents' desire for us as parents, a desire for us as children in this program. So this is what we all want our parents and children to join. And then also we'll be working with the BFD and matching supporters to also assign you a matching supporter. This time within this program, the matching supporter's role is mainly to support you in going through the general processes of the matching. For instance, what documents do you need to complete? What steps do you need to take? And also in the communication phase, how to support you through that, how to support your parents through that, and to support you eventually to receive the matching commitment, having the matching commitment. So this is the role of the matching supporters. They are also going through an education and training session within this period. And then the last main step is actually also to become a candidate. Those of you who are here, maybe you are here as applicants or perhaps potential applicants, you want to join the blessing or you want to go to the matching. But if you haven't fulfilled the steps, we can't say that you're yet a candidate for the blessing, and therefore matching is not yet possible. So I want to mention the steps that have requested as to be candidate, and that is first to fill out the blessing application form. You need to fill out your blessing profile, to complete a 7-day workshop. I hope most of you have already gone through that in some form. 21-day workshop or equivalent, meaning perhaps over the course of your period, you've completed a 21-day workshop content. We also need to do a confession interview, which we will be also sharing that process as well. The 3-day fast actually is also recommended and required for being a candidate, and a condition is required. And then also the medical test and the blessing fee. So these are all steps that are required to be a candidate. In the case of now preparing for the matching, and within this program, we also truly want to make sure that at least the 3 main ones are filling out the blessing application form, having gone through the education program, and then also doing the confession interview and also the medical test. The others are still needed, but at least this needs to be done, and we need to also then go through with you how we fulfill all the other steps as we prepare for the matching. The matching period timeline is actually going to be from the 26th of February to the 7th of March. So after the 21 days, we will have a 10-day period of a kind of a devotion period where first the leaders will attend to doing the matching, giving the suggested matching to the parents. The parents will then receive the suggested match, and then decide together, first as parents, as a couple, and then also to meet the other parent that has been suggested, the match of the parent of the match that has been suggested, and then communicate that also for a period of 3 days to make a decision. Then if they decide yes, they will go to announce this match, a potential match, to the children, who will then have also 3 days before they enter into any engagement of communication with the other potential match. They'll have 3 days to also pray and really connect and commit themselves to this matching process and the communication with this potential match. And then there will be a 21-day communication phase together with that potential match. So this will be a period of 10 days. So not, in this period, it will be a devotion period for the whole region in a way, as we want to support all the children who will be going through this matching process. And then after that, we'll have the communication phase, which will also be guided through this 3-generation matching program. We'll be guiding it in a sense of giving you guidance on points of communication, the importance of Cheongsong, and truly understanding, what is our relationship within the communication period, where is God, and how God can be part of our decision as we prepare to make the commitment. So this also will be well guided during this period, not only for the children, but even for the parents, which we see the coming of the match is not just the children, but it's also the two families, right, coming together. So this also is needed guidance and support through this. Then the desire is that those who successfully commit to their match, we will have a celebration as a region, all together having and holding a regional commitment ceremony on a Sunday, the 2nd of April. Now, this commitment ceremony will be open to all of those who are matched in order to also celebrate the matching together. So the match of our children is not just for us or just our own family. If we really come to see we are all God's children, how great it is that we as one family, centering on Heavenly Parent and True Parents, come together and celebrate the great commitment that they will be making. Then after the commitment, we will also be going through a period of 21 days of supported and guided education in relation to preparing for the blessing. Now, this education is going to be for all those who are matched, especially those who are in the of blessed families, so 2nd generation and Jacob children. And there'll be very clear guidance on how to prepare internally and external, and also even practical guidance about dealing with the relationships between man and woman and the differences of that, expectation differences, and even how we also begin to start family and what is our proper attitude toward the blessing. So this is all very interesting and new content also that I would like to present and that we will be presenting. And it's, as I said, it will be open even for blessed couples, our 2nd gen and Jacob children blessed couples who are present. You'll also be able to register for this section, because I think it will even give you a revival in your own couple life, which we know we always needing to grow and learn together as couples. So this will also be shared. And then, of course, the big day that all of us will be coming to, right? And really expressing our true parents and realizing our true parents' dream is going to be the blessing day, which is going to be on the 7th of May, 2023. And what is amazing about this day is this day, this year, this blessing will be the first blessing to be held in the heavenly temple, the Cheonwon-gung, right? The first and ever that in history. So I don't know what you feel, but I feel this is going to be a historic day, and whoever will be attending the blessing in this building or attending the blessing from the region, but centering on where our true parents will be residing, inaugurating the Cheonwon-gung, and also commemorating our true mother's 80th birthday. So I really think if we come to think what kind of gift we can give to our true parents, if we truly see a lot of love coming from them, or believe that they've actually been the ones to give us this life, this would be the greatest gift we can give, is also to receive the blessing on this day. So that's what I would like to share with you all. I feel that you may have questions, because this is a bit of a new process. It's not taking away the parents matching process. That is always there. Some of you are already in that matching process, and I definitely, this is necessary. We will be supporting all the matching process, because that's the key, right? This matching process is really to support also the parents to guide and match their children. So it's really there to support, assist, and come together as one family, united for that. And so that's where we are doing this. And all those who are in a potential applicant for this, we want you to prepare yourself internally, even start talking with your parents and start also making the necessary steps so you can be a candidate and be available to be part of this matching process. If you have any questions, then please register for consultation. We had consultation this Thursday. I think it went very well. So if those of you didn't know, we have one-on-one consultation every Thursday, and you can register. And then also the national level, national leaders and BFD and YSD, they're part of the National Blessing Committee now, and they are working, we are giving all the information to them, centering on the sub-regional director, and they also can be able to answer some of these questions that you may have. So again, I want to thank you and ask you to really be attentive to all the programs that are happening. As already shared, this is the first week that we have the first week of our 21-day program. And now the next week is coming with the same sessions, Hundoke session, which is going to be for everyone at 4 a.m. GMT on Monday. Tuesday will be for matching supporters and BFD, 4 a.m. GMT. Wednesday will be for parents, 4 a.m. GMT, and Friday, as you came today, Friday, 5 p.m. GMT, we will be holding for all of you here. And we ask that you bring everyone that you know, because I believe the next session also will be amazing, and we are learning and growing together. So that's what I would like to share. And I ask also all of our matching, all of you who are in the matching and the national committee, also to really support all of the potential applicants on the national level to also know about this program and register and also be ready. So we'll be sharing more as we go along, but truly I'm so grateful for all of you. And I believe that this also will be a time as we come together to offer this devotion for the blessing, which is going to be the greatest gift we can offer to our true parents. So that's how I would like to finish my announcement. And thank you very much.
Wow, indeed. Thank you so much, Vice President, for sharing those guidelines and those announcements and the encouragement for all of us to be part of the matching and blessing. I mean, listening to that, I was, especially the part where she talked about, the blessing at Chonwon for the very first time. In my mind, I was like, wow, I would love to be matched and blessed for a second time. What an experience it would be, of course, with my wife. And yes, again, that would be very lovely. But anyway, we only go for the blessing once, I guess. So yeah, maybe my time has passed. So it's left to just enjoy the rest of our lives together. But I mean, it's so nice to think about, wow, oh, I wish I were getting blessed this year. I mean, it's a good thought. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. It's such a beautiful experience. It's one that you will never ever forget for the rest of your lives. So like I said before, that young man who came to introduce us to this program, he said something. He said, if you miss this program every Friday, you are on your own. Don't say I did not tell you. So I believe all those who are here do not regret coming. But unfortunately, we are at the end of this session today. And just as we are about to close, I would like to once again welcome our regional president, Reverend Jean-Pierre Kadima, who is behind this entire initiative. I would like us to give him a big round of applause as he comes to give us some closing remarks. Let us give him a big round of applause as he comes to speak to us.
Okay. I was struggling to on my microphone. Now I'm authorized. Thank you, Godson, for your wonderful presentation and you play well. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
you are. Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the floor once again. I'd like to thank in the deepest of my heart our Chongwon co-chair, vice president, and all of the parents here, brothers and sisters, children, leaders who came to this meeting this evening. Je ne voudrais pas faire trop de commentaires.
I do not want to comment much. It's just to thank you for accepting to take part to this education program that is very important and that we started to prepare the blessing. And we should understand that we have a goal to accomplish, and to accomplish that goal, we must mobilize everyone. And you know that to realize the goal of 1,350 candidates is not easy, but it is our responsibility to accomplish it because it's through mother's desire. And that is why we need to receive this education. And we understood that 3 generations together, 3 generations, so that's the structure started, instituted by our true mother. And as it has been said, when 3 generations live together, the kingdom can be experienced. We can realize it without fail. And so we need to take account of this reality and determine ourselves to succeed. On this foundation, we invite everyone. We should invite everyone, our friends. Let's move and stimulate all that are of blessing and matching age to take part in this program. And the most important message that we have for this education should be a lesson for us to understand the importance of the blessing. And so all together, we should prepare ourselves, prepare our hearts, prepare all our instruments to not miss any sessions or programs that we have organized. Let's put aside our point of views, our worries, our insatisfactions. Let's put aside our criticisms and judgments that have nothing to do with God's will, that have nothing to do with true mother's desire. And that will make of Africa a model. That will make of Africa a model and an example to follow, to be followed. We want to be it, so let's engage ourselves, involve ourselves, determine ourselves to realize feats, to be people that the others will take as models. We know how to follow models. We know how to follow examples. Oh, in Europe, we do this. In America, we do this. And there we do this. Whereas we are all children of true parents. There are things we refer, where we take reference from to justify ourselves. But here we are experiencing something new. And we all should gain from it and let others benefit from it too. So let's all be determined engaged, involved, and ready to accomplish true mother's desire, true parents' will. Thank you for coming this evening, this afternoon, and we'll see you next time. May the Heavenly Parents bless you all and bless our true, all our families, and bless the great community, the great Heavenly Parents community here in Africa. I say and I thank you.
Thank you very much to our dear regional president, Reverend Kadima, for such words. And dear brothers and sisters, dear family members, we have finally come to the close of today's education session. Just to remind us that on Monday, we are going to be having a general meeting and Hundoke session at 4 a.m. GMT. This is not just for only those interested in being part of this program. This is for the entire region, just to kind of update us and know what progress we have made with respect to this current program. So be sure to make it a date. 4 a.m. GMT is the time on Monday to gather once again on Zoom. The Zoom links and the posters will be communicated to everyone on the various social media platforms. So now at this point, we're going to be praying together in unison for 3 minutes. Afterwards, we will have our final greetings to Heavenly Parents and True Parents, and then we will take the commemorative photo. So at this point in time, let us all reflect on all the inspiration, all the spiritual nourishment we have received so far in today's program. Let us offer that to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents in prayer. Let us pray together in unison. Aju. And we all say Aju. Okay, now we are going to offer our final greetings to Heavenly Parents and True Parents. I believe the tech team is sharing the screen. Yes. All right. 천진 참부모님께 경배. 바로. We offer all glory and honor to Heavenly Parents and True Parents with a round of applause. Thank you very much, dear family members, brothers and sisters, for coming today to our very first education session for our youth. Special thanks to our Chaniwon co-chair for gracing this event and sharing your heart with us. Special thanks to our father of the region, our president, Kadima, for coming and really being the backbone of this program. Special thanks to our regional vice president for being the propeller of this education event. Special thanks to Soonmi today for sharing our heart. We're so grateful to have had you. Special thanks to Jinju for that beautiful song. And special thanks to all of you, dear brothers and sisters, who made time to come here today to attend this program. It's not finished. We are still going to meet ourselves again next week, Friday. I don't know if you were inspired. I don't know if you had a good time. I had a good time, and I'm having trouble leaving you this time. I want to stay. I wish we could all be on Zoom, continuously. But anyway, we have to go. Before we leave, we're going to take a picture. So let us all put on our videos. I talked about that at the beginning of the program. Please switch on your videos if you have had that close since the start. And let us all get our smiles ready. Get your smiles, beautiful, handsome smiles that God gave to us. And I believe our tech team is going to assist us with taking the pictures. So first of all, we're just going to have only two poses. We're going to have the small hearts this way, and then we will go with the medium hearts next. So let's start with the small hearts, everybody, and let us put on the smiles. As we have the small hearts on, we are going to say happy at my count, the count of three. At the count of three, 1, 2, and 3. Everybody say happy, happy. If you say happy, you must smile. Some people are not smiling. You need to smile. Come on. You are all beautifully and handsomely made by Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Please smile. Oh, beautiful smiles. One smile I love so much all the time is my brother Youngmin from DRC. I'm always jealous of his smile. It's very, very handsome smile. Okay. I believe we've taken those pictures. Next, we are going to go to the medium hearts this way. Make sure that your faces are still visible. Don't allow the hearts to cover your face. Yes, I can see the newly engaged couple. We have Godwin and Anjang there. Beautiful. You guys look so cute together. Just saying though. So please put your medium hearts. And at my count of 3, we're going to say happy again. 1, 2, and 3, happy, happy, smile. Keep on, smile more. You can smile better than that. Smile, good. That's how to smile. Wonderful, beautiful smiles. Okay, keep, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. We're almost there. Don't stop. All right, I think we can release our hands now. Don't stop smiling though. There is a song I know that says, you are never fully dressed without your smile. So always keep smiling. Thank you very much, dear family members, and have a wonderful weekend. Let's continue to see ourselves next week. Friday, youth, Friday, Friday, Friday. Don't forget, 5 p.m. GMT. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Boa noite a todos. I won't start. Boa noite. Put in one word. Bonsoir.